They didn't halt at the demonstration or the clinic. They pursued phones to doorsteps, and no one realized it was occurring. This is not a tale. It's actual technology employed by actual officers at this moment. I'm Jeff Hampton, the People's Attorney. In this video, I will dissect, first, the startling ease with which police and corporations can retrace your steps, company, and actions. Second, the true mechanics of this observation network. And third, immediate measures to prevent officers from converting your phone into a quiet betrayer. Picture your phone acting as a police transponder. With mere clicks, law enforcement can erect a digital perimeter anywhere and harvest every cellular detail from devices that entered that zone. They aren't limited to a single net. They can lay multiple fences around varied sites and trail your device straight to your residence. All this occurs without your awareness, without any warrant, through a system called Fog Reveal. Fog Reveal is monitoring software sold to authorities that utilizes position data ceaselessly gathered from our mobile applications. It permits police to execute geo-fencing, drawing a virtual border on a map and pinpointing each device inside that space during a chosen period. It inverts the traditional inquiry. Instead of beginning with a suspect and tracing their path, officers now start with a time and place and monitor everyone who is nearby. Consequently, innocent individuals' information is regularly ensnared in probes, and innocent persons wind up arrested. A former police analyst who resigned in objection to Fog Reveal stated, "The tool's capacity to summon nearly anyone from an area, whether in public or at home, struck me as a plain breach of the Fourth Amendment." So what is geofencing? Essentially, it's a method that outlines a geographic zone in the digital world, literally fencing a map, then interrogates location data to find devices, usually phones, present there during a set window. It is a where and when hunt, show me all devices at this spot at this time. Geofencing isn't solely a police instrument. It's also a marketing device to send alerts when you enter a shop. But in law enforcement's hands, it's a potent reverse search. In seeking one individual, the private data of thousands, sometimes millions, is exposed. You might ask, what about warrants? Traditional warrants must specify a person and evidence showing probable cause. Geofencing flips this. Instead of targeting a suspect with evidence, they circle a location and treat everyone inside as suspicious, absent any proof of wrongdoing. It's surveillance first, inquiry later, disregarding presumed innocence. Consider a nighttime burglary. With geofencing, police can gather data on every device in that neighborhood after dark. If your phone was on as you cycled past, congratulations. You're now a person of interest merely due to location, not evidence. This isn't hypothetical. In Gainesville, Florida, cyclist Zachary McCoy became a burglary suspect after police obtained a geofence warrant for devices near the scene. He had simply biked by, as usual. Google identified him and alerted police. McCoy spent thousands on a lawyer to block the warrant, a cost many cannot bear. In Arizona, Jorge Molina was wrongly jailed for murder when a broad geofence search placed him at the scene. He had an alibi and proof the data was flawed. His account showed him in multiple places simultaneously. Yet police held him for 6 days as a prime suspect, leaked his photo to media, and he lost his job, car, and savings. Geofencing is a digital dragnet. Police argue, if you've nothing to hide, you've nothing to fear. But innocence didn't shield McCoy or Molina. Those geofence warrants, supposedly involving a judge, with Fog Reveal, they often skip that step. Fog Reveal is a product of Fog Data Science, founded by ex-Homeland Security officials in 2016. It's geofencing intensified, sold as a subscription to law enforcement, marketed as a way to bypass warrants, mass surveillance on a budget. For about $7,500 to $10,000 yearly, a department accesses a portal at fogreveal.com, allowing unlimited location searches across a vast dataset. Fog's repository tracks over 250 million devices, processing 15 billion location signals daily, trillions of data points yearly. They boast logs dating to 2017. How does Fog get this data? From the apps on your phone, many apps request your location: maps, weather, coffee, coupon apps. The hidden truth: these apps collect and sell data to third-party brokers. Fog buys bulk location data, largely from a broker named wrongful, aggregated from apps with tracking SDKs, software development kits. When an app with location permissions runs, your precise coordinates and timestamp are recorded and sent, tagged with your device's mobile advertising ID. This ID is unique to your device and tracks you until you reset it. The Fog portal lets police search in two ways. Area search: geo-fencing officers draw shapes on a map with a time range. Fog returns device signals in that area, each with ID, time, and coordinates, displayed as red dots. Searches can span up to 12 miles and retroactively cover 180 days. Device search: with a device ID, police retrieve its location history over a specified area, revealing a pattern of life: home, work, frequent spots, tracking breadcrumbs up to 6 months back. With Fog, police achieve in moments what once took months without oversight. For a crime, they can run an area search for phones at the scene, filter for suspicious ones, e.g., present at 2 a.m., then device search to find homes, or run additional area searches around addresses to link to other crimes. They can input multiple locations to find devices at both, identifying associates, places of worship, or protests. Fog's founders call it a revolutionary crime-fighting tool. I see a private mass surveillance database handed to police, evading warrants and Fourth Amendment protections. Fog's materials boast they can: 1. Verify presence at a location. 2. Deduce residences, businesses, and routines. 3. Link to other people and places. And 4. Chart activity patterns. That's a mass surveillance police state. How widespread is its use? By 2022, Fog had contracts with at least 18 state and local agencies, many small sheriff's offices and police departments, plus free trials. They market to smaller agencies at lower fees. For example, rural Rockingham County, North Carolina, population 91,000, subscribe for about $9,000 yearly. California Highway Patrol paid $7,500 yearly plus $2,400 for higher query limits. Suburban police, narcotics bureaus, and highway patrols all use it. Wrongful also supplies data to federal agencies, IC, FBI, etc. An inspector general found Wrongful's data used for warrantless tracking nationwide. Though rarely in court records, police employ Fog for various cases: tracking a January 6 suspect, solving an Arkansas nurse's murder, investigating a Missouri snake breeder's killing. Why don't we hear about it? Often, after Fog generates a lead, police obtain the same data via conventional warrants, e.g., for GPS or cell records, laundering the evidence through parallel construction. In the Arkansas case, an official admitted Fog identified the suspect, a farmer who murdered a jogger, but its use wasn't documented in court records. Thus, judges and defendants remain unaware. From a police perspective, Fog is a tech savior for cash-strapped departments, offering quick data without warrant processes. As EFF's Bennett Cyphers said, counties with less than 100,000 people have this extremely high-tech, extremely invasive, secretive surveillance tool to chase down local crime. The company offers free trials and success stories, leading departments like Dallas PD to sign up. You might think, maybe it's worth it for catching burglars and murderers. But it's also used politically. After January 6th, geofence warrants identified rioters, and Fog's data traced the participants' movements. Today, it might target those seen as dangerous. Tomorrow, any political gathering. In a bizarre case, an investor used similar location data to spy on Tesla factory employees, gauging workload for stock trades before earnings reports, profiting from data people unknowingly provided. Fog claims their data doesn't identify individuals, yet email shows staff sometimes provide home addresses linked to devices, de-anonymizing data. This personal information is available to police or anyone with a checkbook. Is this legal under the Fourth Amendment? The Fourth Amendment protects against unreasonable searches and seizures, requiring probable cause and a warrant. Two issues arise. 1. Is police use of fog a search? Do you have a reasonable expectation of privacy regarding your phone's location if collected by a private company? 2. If a search is a warrant required, can police bypass warrants by purchasing data with taxpayer money? The key case is Carpenter versus United States. The FBI obtained cell tower location data, arguing that third-party doctrine allowed it since data was voluntarily shared with the company. The Supreme Court ruled cell location data is different, noting a legitimate expectation of privacy in physical movements captured via cell phones. Collecting long-term location history is a search requiring a warrant. Fog's data is more invasive than cell tower data. It uses GPS and Wi-Fi for pinpoint accuracy, retrospective, and pervasive. From this view, Fog's use should require a warrant and violates the Fourth Amendment. But police and prosecutors claim Carpenter doesn't apply because 1. Fog data comes from voluntary app usage and opt-in collection, unlike automatic tower logging. And 2. Police buy data from a private company, not compel a carrier. They argue the third-party doctrine applies. By consenting to app location services, you can't object to police use. Courts are split. The Fourth Circuit, U.S. v. Chaudhry, ruled accessing geo-fence record from Google isn't a search because users opted into location services and Google's terms allow sharing. But the Fifth Circuit, U.S. v. Smith, ruled geo-fence searches unconstitutional, stating location record access is always a search, violating privacy expectations, and geo-fence warrants are overly broad general warrants forbidden by the Constitution. Without Supreme Court resolution, fog data continues to be used, violating rights. This could take years to resolve. In the meantime, here are steps to protect yourself. Limit location permissions. Review phone apps and disable location access where unnecessary. For essential apps, e.g., Maps, set to only while using instead of background access. This reduces constant GPS pinging. Purge suspicious apps. Avoid apps known for data selling, weather, coupon, or free apps with ads. Check privacy policies for partner or third-party advertiser sharing. Fewer location access apps mean less tracking. Disable or reset advertising ID. On Android, reset or turn off the ad ID in settings. On iOS, enable limit ad tracking or deny app tracking permission. This hinders cross-app tracking. Use privacy-focused phones. Consider devices like bracket phones that lack advertising IDs, preventing consistent tracking. Turn off location when not needed. Disable GPS, Wi-Fi, and Bluetooth when in used, as they enable tracking. For full stealth, use a Faraday bag to block signals. Stay informed and support reforms. Back legislation like the Fourth Amendment is not for sale act, which limits third-party data sales to police. Pressure local police if they use fog reveal, demanding public accountability. As surveillance creeps into our lives, we must protect ourselves and advocate for legal clarity. Speaking of surveillance, police also use license plate readers to track your movements. Learn more in my next video. See you there.